Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I will be talking about 5 things you can do while being quarantined. Just to give you a little background, we all know that right now, currently, the coronavirus or COVID-19, this pandemic is happening all around the world and it's affecting everyone. And I just thought I would share some 5 things that I've either done myself or that I know people are doing during this self-quarantine. So welcome back. So the first thing you can do while self-quarantining or self-isolating, quarantining, is you can learn something new. So what that would be is either learn a new hobby or a new skill, or in this case, you can learn a new language. I know a few people who are currently learning a new language, and this is no sort of promotion whatsoever, but they're using this app or this technology system that is called Duolingo. And that's if you want to learn like a foreign language or a different language, you can definitely learn that in your spare time while either staying at home or working from home. So I would recommend doing something like that, or one I used to use was Babbel. I had to delete it off my phone to have like more space. Obviously, you know how these iPhones are, but I would just recommend just learning or starting to learn a new language. It will be beneficial in the long run. And of course, when this whole entire thing is over, you can have something else to be more marketable under your belt. Second thing I would recommend that you do is to either cook something that you haven't done in a while or learn how to cook something new, like a new dish. For example, I loved making pancakes with my grandmother back in the islands where I'm originally from. And she used to make banana pancakes or just the regular fluffy pancakes, even flapjacks sometimes, and they were so yummy. And the good thing about that particular dish that I haven't made in a while, which I kind of miss, was that you could make it any day or any time of the day. It would be just so delicious. You can eat it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And why I recommend doing this while self-quarantining is because recently I've been watching a few YouTubers. One particular YouTuber from back home. I believe her channel is Melly242 or Melda242. I may stand corrected, but I might link her YouTube channel in the box in the event that you guys want to see what she does. But it definitely made me walk down memory lane, and some of the dishes she does really excited me and brought me back to my childhood. So I would definitely recommend making something you haven't done in a while or learn a new dish. The third tip you can do is definitely organize around your home or your living space where you're at. And this of course entails cleaning, and I know like you can't be cleaning 24 hours, 24 days. What am I saying? I know you can't clean 24 hours in a day for 7 days of the week while being self-quarantined or self-isolating at home, but after you've done your cleaning, you can probably even spring clean. We're in the month of April right now, and you can definitely spring clean. And with that, you can also organize your closet or all those chunky drawers that you have. Some things that you may not necessarily need anymore, you can like throw it away or give it away. That includes clothing or like certain papers you don't need anymore. I think this is a very good tip that you can do just to keep yourself occupied and kind of take your mind off of some of the negative things that are associated with this pandemic. So definitely clean, organize your living space, your closet, those drawers, even your cupboard. I've had fun story. Either you may find this gross or funny, but I've had one can of soup, chicken noodle soup, in my cupboard for like almost a year now, or over a year now. And I think it has not expired as yet, because I've been every so often looking at the expiration date on it. I was supposed to give it at work for this food drive, but it always slipped my mind every time I went to work that I would never bring it with me. And of course that time has passed now, and it's still in my cupboard. So I may have to either dispose of it or give it to one of the food shelters if they're still doing these food shelters or food drives. I'm gonna have to give it to one of them for someone who might actually need it. At this point, I think I won't ever use it anymore, but definitely I think someone else may be able to use it. And high key, this is very therapeutic in that once you do clean and organize the space that you're living at, ultimately it can translate into other aspects or areas of your life. So I would definitely recommend this if you need to declutter your mindset while we're going through this whole COVID-19 situation and crisis. You can definitely start with cleaning out your closet or your cupboards, just getting rid of those junk, and I'm sure you'll make that decision or feel at peace. And I can probably almost bet my dollar, the $1 I have in the bank account at this moment, that you will definitely see a positive change or difference in clarity when it comes to your life. One thing I would recommend while self-quarantining or self-isolating is listen to music or meditate. So you can do either or you can do both at this point. It really doesn't matter. We have so much time on our hands right now, considering that the entire world is at home. You can definitely just listen to even new music if you wish. If that's not your thing, sure, that's okay. But you can definitely listen to music, get yourself into the mood or the groove of whatever groove or mood you want to be in at that period of time. That's the power that music has on me personally. I like to listen to upbeat songs and music just to uplift and keep me upbeat and positive, considering that you look at the news, everything is so negative right now. So definitely I would recommend just listening to music or even new music, and meditation. That's important. You don't have to necessarily, go to a quiet place or fold your legs and do the traditional meditation, but meditation can come in all forms. You can meditate while you're laying down with your eyes closed, or even if you're in the washroom or in your bathroom, you can definitely meditate there if that's a safe or a quiet place for you. But meditation can take forms and shape in any sort of setting or environment. And I think that is also important, just to keep yourself centered while going through this difficult period in time. I want to add to listening to music and also meditating. Definitely, this is the time now we can definitely take more appreciation into oneself or pour into yourself more. And that could be with acts of self-care. If you used to, just get your nails done every week. Of course, if you're a lady, the nail places are kind of closed right now, considering this whole thing that's going on. Just learn to do your own nails, or you can paint your nails, whatever you want to do. Or if you're a guy like me, if you're trying to grow your beard out and have it connect, mine isn't, you can definitely, take beard oils or whatever oil you may have in your cupboard and just pour that into yourself. Moisturize. Take long showers. Why not? You don't have anything else to do. Whatever it is that you do to take care of yourself, you can definitely put a little more attention and love into yourself while being quarantined at home. All right, guys. So last but not least, the final thing I recommend to do when you're at home or while being at home, self-quarantining, is you can definitely read a book. So it can be a new book that you haven't read before that you always wanted to read, but you didn't have the time to. You can definitely do that during this period, or you can just read an old favorite all-time classic book that you might like. one of my favorite books I like to read is A Child Called It. If you haven't read it before, just to quickly give you a little quick more of it, is basically about a child who has been abused and who's been going through a lot of neglect. I believe he might have even been an orphan, and the people who he was staying with, either his parents, they used to call him It. They didn't call him by his name. I don't even think he had a name, but they just called him It, and hence the title, A Child Called It. So if you want a book that pulls at your heartstrings, you can definitely read that, or read another favorite book. It's all up to you. We have so much time on our hands. We can do whatever we want and read whatever we want. In addition to reading books, if you've been thinking about writing a novel, now is the time to do it. You have no better opportunity than right now to start that novel or that book you wanted to write. I'm also speaking to myself indirectly. So definitely for me, my thing is I like to write poetry. So like I need to just brush up on my poetry skills now, and probably the next time I shoot a video, I'll have maybe 1 or 2 poetry for you to listen to, or maybe just a few lines from a poetry that I've written during this time or after this movie. So if you are interested in that, please leave a comment in the description box below and let me know if you'll be interested in hearing some poetry of mine that I might have written during this time of quarantine, or if you have any other thing you might want me to do. I think I'm very creative and artsy. I like to think, although I can't draw. Poetry definitely is my thing. Public speaking is also my thing. So if you have any suggestions or want to see me do anything related to that, please let me know. So if you have anything that you want me to do, or you think, or you can recommend, or any suggestions, would be greatly appreciated. Once again, please let me know in the description box below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell. So this concludes the end of the video. Thank you so much for listening all the way to the end. Please don't forget to give a like, subscribe, or share. Please share it with your friends. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.